G'day traders, before we get started, I'd really appreciate all the emails and questions that I've received, and I apologize if I haven't gotten back to everybody, but doing my best to do that. If you could take a second and hit the like button for me, it'd be greatly appreciated. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. I try to update 2-3 times a week with relevant information that will help improve your trading in real time. So again, thank you very much. Let's get started. Just a reminder again, tonight is the live trading webinar with Pepperstone, myself. Again, I'll put the link below, and that will be today and tomorrow. All the details are on the link provided on the Pepperstone website. Blake Morrow will be on at 11 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time, which is pretty much right now as we speak. He's on there right now. Myself later this afternoon, 1900, and then 11:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, Leandro Andrada. And then, of course, tomorrow they'll have Binny Ong. She'll be going through automated trading strategies, as well as Thomas Atkinson from FX Evolution, and Mayad Kazravi. Hopefully I've pronounced Mayad's name properly. So again, the link is below. Going to be all different perspectives on the markets and live trading if those trades present. And I think it'll be just a fantastic information-filled evening. Also, a lot of traders have emailed me asking me about an article that I had talked about with them or emailed them. If you Google this article, An Inside Look at the World's Biggest Paper Gold Market, fantastic read. Just gives you a little bit more insight into understanding that there is, especially in gold, obviously traders have noticed the volatility and everything else, but a really interesting read on the mechanics behind the screen perhaps, and the difference between the trading market versus the real bullion that's being bought and sold. So excellent read, An Inside Look at the World's Biggest Paper Gold Market. Today, just talking about some classical chart patterns and Bitcoin, obviously, Ethereum. We'll take a look at this. We'll just take a look at the daily. Interesting things happening on the daily chart. We'll just leave our numbers on there for a second. We had a pin low put in place back in May, and then the market has pushed down a second time and then possibly a third time. And obviously come down quite a ways, just putting in some highs and lows in that area. We want to look at what happened yesterday, Monday, Tuesday. And when we come down to our chart, we can see a very clean, well-defined chart pattern that has come down to that pin low and given us our extended W. The little inside bar bull pin was the first candle of the third hour in the US 12 candle window. This is a 15-minute chart. Interesting, possibly the beginning of a reversal, or we could see this chart again come down, roll over, and retest that low again. But a nice peak formation on a Monday, Tuesday, again day 1, day 2, day 3. We'll just take a look at the high of the week from Monday's second day continuation, and interesting few days ahead to see how Bitcoin handles this peak formation on Tuesday's low. Again, I just talk about emphasizing the importance of allowing the market to set up a structure. So we saw yesterday 1 push, 2 push, 3 pushes down, and then they came up and retested the US session high at round numbers, again double zeros, 1 push, 2 push, sideways consolidation after a little engulfment in the gap time at the quarter level, and then continuing sideways before dropping down into the Europe-London window, pulling back and then blowing off, hitting the lows of the last month, and then extending that down a second push and engulfment, inside bar engulfment in that third hour for the revisit. So again, clearly well-defined chart. So again, just to think that there's no big players in this market, think again, there's definitely an organized design to this chart, set up very cleanly, printing off of numbers, highs and lows, and timing windows. Taking a look at Ethereum, again, we can see that extended sell-off happening and then a vertical peak formation yesterday, day 1, day 2, day 3. And again, nothing to stop this from retesting this and rolling over and retesting that low. But we do have a peak formation in place. We're still at Tuesday's high. And if we zoom in again and just take a look at this chart, just talking again about well-defined charts, we can see that, again, similar to Bitcoin, the market went down and put a low in place, then went up and put a high in place in Asia before pulling back inside. So made a low, made a high, and then came back inside. So if you're trading in here, you know, again, obviously if you're short, you had an opportunity to trade that move down. But once you're inside, preferably, you know, when you get this move out, if you're in this move, you don't want to get trapped selling down low as the market's running off, because as you can see, again, same patterns, 1-2 inside bar engulfment at the second candle of the third hour, and a fast vertical move back up. The euro was a fantastic, this is a 5-minute chart, the euro was a fantastic, well-defined, clean chart. And again, just coming back to the 3-day formula, I'll just put the Monday's separator here again. So we have our Monday, day 1, day 2, we had a nice rectangle reversal that we talked about on the pound yesterday's video, but we had that trap volume down low, the market reversed, went up for our day 1. The market, instead of taking out Monday's high and continuing that move up, traded down inside. So creeping trend inside, where I'm looking for that low to be put in place. They put a low in place in Asia. They retest the low. They pull it back in the Europe-London window. Then they come down and hit it again a third time, heading into the U.S. session. So this is a great example of where the market takes 3 sessions, Asia, London, gap time, and then New York, taking traders down low just prior to the beginning of the equity hour. So 1 hour down, 5-minute chart again, retesting the low. And again, so traders who are long are already at this point, the market comes down to stop them out at break even. Traders may be shorting this down, looking to take profits at the low, and you'll notice the market does not let you out. Reverses with an engulfment and a fast vertical move before getting 1 push, 2 pushes, 3 pushes down, and another engulfment outside of the 12 candle window. Again, small doji, 1, 2, 3 doji engulfment for that continuation on top of the double zeros for a 50 pip move up. So it's 75 pips almost as we head into our Wednesday session. Now just coming back to our 3-day setup again, we now have day 1, day 2, and day 3 is trading back inside. So there's an opportunity possibly setting up again for a retest of the high, or the market now has possibly put in a high, or we may be now in a reversal situation. When we look at the daily on the euro, obviously we had a huge vertical move down. The market has engulfed that lower 2-bar reversal, but again, that's a lot of momentum coming down, and possibly we can see this 1, 2, 3 setup for a retest of the low. Looking at our economic calendar, we've got German flash manufacturing coming in today, as well as U.S. flash manufacturing PMI, and then tomorrow the British pound, the monetary policy, and MPC asset purchase facility voting. So major red news on the calendar. So again, when we look at this chart on our 15-minute chart, we can see the, again, day 1, day 2 inside before breaking out late in the session. Day 3 is back inside. We could possibly see this market come back inside and roll over, maybe an inside bar on Thursday and a reversal on Friday, depending on how this plays out. But just emphasizing the clean nature of this chart. 3 levels down. Beautiful first hour engulfment reversal off the low of the day after 3 pushes heading into the U.S. session. A nice little double bottom engulfment reversal, consolidation, and then the second leg up through the highs of the day for a nice 50 pip move. When we look at the British pound, again, we saw that consolidation at the low, Friday, Monday low before reversing. Day one taking out the lower highs from London, US. And same scenario, comes back inside of Monday's range, working back down, hitting stops on the US session longs, the higher level longs. But a beautiful cup and handle pattern on our 5-minute chart. And again, similar to the euro, working its way down in 3 pushes, taking out the lows of Asia, breaking the double zeros, continuing its move down. We get 3 pushes into the low and a nice W reversal. But when we just take a step back, we can see a nice rounding bottom heading into the US 12 candle window before we get a stop hunt back into that third leg, that third bottom, third right shoulder reversal. Pulling back, and again, similar to the other day, the equity market opens and we get a retest inside of that first hour low for our handle on our cup and handle pattern, and then the continuation back up. This is a 5-minute chart, but again, you'll notice the market comes down and goes into consolidation underneath the quarter level, comes back inside underneath double zeros, trapping volume before shifting away for 75 pip move. So again, just allowing the market structure to set up, chasing, obviously there's pips in these ranges, but just also understanding that you're not missing out on moves. Even though the market's, you see the market move down all that way, it goes down in London, you think, well, where did I get in? Or some people shorted this maybe at double zeros, they're up 25, or they take their 25 pips, the market goes into consolidation, pulls back inside, come back in the US session, and there's a nice 50 pip move, taking out and looking where the consolidated volume is underneath, and a fast 50 pip move from double zeros to 50. Gold a little bit different. It went up in Asia. So if we just come back to our Monday, Tuesday, we saw a nice inside bar on Monday, inside of Friday's range. And just to emphasize, we'll put our 15-minute chart up here. You can see a peak formation high on Friday and a peak formation low Friday, Monday. And we are currently inside of that peak formation high, peak formation low, and we're consolidated inside of this range. Monday was an inside bar. Tuesday has triggered the break of that inside bar. And again, if we take a look at our daily chart, you can see that gold has made a very strong vertical move, and possibly we will see a retest, even if it's just briefly, of this low. But when we look at our 15-minute chart, we can just see 3 levels of drop yesterday, but also the inside bar traders may have been triggered long if somebody's gone long on this, but we're contained inside the peak formation high, peak formation low. So we have a compression pattern possibly forming. This market could be rolling over for a retest of the low, or we may see this market coil, hit the lows and coil for a reversal type of scenario. But right now this is all inside volume, trapped inside of Friday's high, Friday's low. But yesterday was a trading range opportunity. We saw the market in the gap time form a nice shortened W for a 50 pip stop hunt back through the highs of the London session, also getting traders who were short in Asia before dropping back inside and falling 75 pips straight down into the beginning of the US 12 candle window. So again, a trading range example, we saw the cup and handle, we saw a little double bottom, and a peak formation reversal on the cryptos. So classical chart patterns, they still show up everywhere. Let the market set up and create structure for you. If you see the market move in one session, it doesn't mean that there isn't going to be a trading opportunity in the session that's coming up next. So hopefully you got some value out of today's video, traders. We'll see you on the webinar this afternoon with Pepperstone. Again, the link is below. Thanks for all the questions, comments, and have a great trading session, and may the markets go.
Hi traders, it's Stacey Burke from Stacey Burke Trading. If you haven't done so, please head over to my website at staceyburketrading.com. I create updates on almost a daily basis, and I would love for you to receive them. Just click on the blog. If you want to enter your name and your email address, I'll send you my free audio program, the 7-Step Daily Routine for High Performance Traders. This is essential knowledge for all traders in all markets, and this is for helping traders to master the market with discipline, confidence, and a winning mindset. I appreciate all your feedback and comments. As always, traders, stay disciplined, and may the markets go with you.